Hey everyone, I'm Melini. Welcome back to week 2 of Aloe Yoga's 30 Days of Mindful Movement. The theme for week 2 is air. This class is designed to help you feel light and expansive in your body, a sense of freedom in your movement. We'll be moving through some arm balances and inversions today. You're welcome to always modify your practice and skip parts if you feel like you need to. Make sure to follow Aloe Yoga on YouTube and feel free to leave comments below. Let us know how you're doing. We hope you're really enjoying your time with us. We'll begin seated today with the eyes closed, hands in prayer. And as you breathe, start to feel the expansiveness of your breath as it travels through each nostril, down into the throat, into your chest. So the front of your heart expands, the back of the heart expands. You feel taller and more spacious in all directions. With every inhale, you're creating more space in the body, more space in the mind, perhaps a little bit more space between things that happen in your life and how you react. And then you'll gently open your eyes and start to move your fingers from side to side. And maybe start to move your head and your neck as well. Easy, comfortable movements to open up the body. Then you'll interlace the fingers and start to take little circles through the wrists. Tuning into your natural flow, your sense of freedom in your breath. Freedom in your movement, and you'll circle in the opposite direction. Good. And then you'll make a little roller coaster with your hands. And then you'll reverse it. Maybe the hardest thing you'll do all class. And you'll turn your palms out and turn your palms in. And really, we're just warming up the wrists a little bit to prepare ourselves for putting a little bit more weight in the hands than you normally would in your everyday life. If you're new to arm balances, then you might feel some soreness, but your wrists are like any other part of your body. They need to get worked out to get stronger. So it's okay, as long as you don't feel any sharp shooting pain. And you'll take your hand into a fist and pull down, and you'll circle through the wrist, like you're trying to create more space in the joint. Circle in both directions. Then you'll turn your palm or your fist in towards you, like you're trying to have a conversation with your hand. Take the other hand on top and then stretch out the back of your wrist. Open up your hand, fingers down. Bring your fingers back towards you. And you'll shake that out. Same thing on the other side. Pull down to create space, and you'll circle. Working through anything crunchy and sticky in both directions. Then fist in towards you. Hold the outside of your hand and stretch the arm straight. And you'll open your hand and pull your fingers back towards you, gently. Good, and then you'll just flick out the wrists like you're shaking water off your fingertips. And hands come down on the mat. Looking down at your wrists are in one straight line, space between the fingertips. And you'll inhale, look up towards the ceiling and arch. Exhale, round and push the floor away. Again, inhale, look up. And you'll exhale to round and push the floor away. One more time, inhale, and exhale, round and push the floor away. Then you'll turn your fingers out to the sides and you'll move your chest from side to side, feeling all of the different parts of your hands pressing into the floor. And maybe you stay with that, or you can turn your fingers back towards your knees and gently move backwards and forwards. So again, if you're new to this, then maybe you don't go back so far, but you can stay, hold, and then come back, and maybe stay, hold a little deeper, and come back. Good, then turn your fingers forward and lift your knees. Take yourself into a downward facing dog. Pedaling through the feet, getting comfortable through the legs, comfortable with your hands pressing into the earth. Good, and then you'll lift both heels, roll forward to plank pose, push the floor away, and hips go up and back for downward facing dog. Again, roll forward to plank. This time, lower the hips down into an up dog on the balls of your feet, and hips go up and back. Again, rolling through the spine, lower the hips down, and hips go up and back. Then you'll walk your feet forward to your hands. And you can stay with fingertips on the floor. If you can hold on to the big toes. First two fingers and your thumb wrap around the big toes and you pull up, letting your head relax. And if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, palms slide underneath the soles of your feet and you'll massage the wrists with your toes. And one more variation for those of you who feel pretty comfortable here. You can go palms facing down with the thumbs out to the sides. And you're stepping on your backs of your hands now to stretch out the insides of your wrists. Gently pull your elbows back towards your shins. Okay, and from there, you'll let that go. And you'll bend your knees, reach the arms up for chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, hands come down to the floor, fold yourself in half. Inhale, lift up halfway, and you'll step your left foot back behind. Left heel comes down, and if you need to, you can put your hands on blocks or books or any props you have at home. You'll reach your left arm up towards the ceiling, opening your chest. Good, and left hand comes down, lift your left heel, reach the right arm up for a twist. Both hands come down and you'll fold over your right thigh. From here, you'll walk your hands over to the left side, take a wide leg forward bend, letting your head relax. Good, any little movements you want to take here, swaying from side to side, or bending and straightening to open up the hips and the hamstrings. Anything that feels natural or organic to you is great. Then you'll lengthen and you'll walk your hands forward and step your left foot forward to meet the right and fold over your legs. Inhale, bend your knees, reach the arms up for chair. And you'll exhale, fold all the way forward and down once more. Inhale, lift halfway, and you'll step your right foot back behind. Again, hands on props if you need them. Right heel comes down, reach the right arm up and open your chest. Good, really expansive through your wingspan, broad through the collarbones, broad through the back of the heart. Then right hand comes down, lift your right heel, reach the left arm up for a twist. Both hands come down and you'll fold over your left thigh. And you'll walk your hands over to the right side, returning to a wide leg forward bend. Good, moving your chest from side to side, gentle sways or little bounces to open up the body. Then you'll walk your hands forward and step your right foot forward to meet the left and fold. Bend your knees, reach the arms up for chair pose. And this time you'll interlace the fingers and press your palms up to stretch the wrists. Opening the chest. You'll exhale, fold forward, bringing hands down to the floor. Then you'll bend your knees, reach the arms up, chair pose one more time. And this time you'll open up the chest, bending your elbows, heart up towards the sky. Good, then you'll straighten, bring your left knee into your chest, giving your knee a hug. And you'll send your left leg back behind you, keeping your right knee bent, finding a balance here like you're flying. Flying through the air, nice and strong. And you'll land softly, warrior one, arms reach up. Feeling feet grounding into the earth as the heart rises up towards your fingertips. Exhale, open to warrior two, arms out wide. And then you'll flip the palm, reaching through the fingertips, nice and light, like you're floating up and over with the left arm. Floating through the air, right arm reaches back. And exhale, side angle pose. One more time, inhale, reach the fingers up and back. And exhale, side angle, and you'll hold, turning your rib cage open. From here, left hand comes down once more, reach the right arm up. Both hands come down to the floor and you'll fold over your right leg. Walk your hands over to the left side for your wide leg forward bend. So feel the feet grounding into the floor. And from here, the hands are underneath the shoulders. If you can get your palms flat, you'll slide your hands back in lines with your feet, and then you'll reach your head down. Right? So this is a preparation for a headstand. Right? It's a hamstring stretch, but it's also a strengthener for the spine. And if your hands are flat and you can press your head into the floor, really feel like your head is firming down. If your head doesn't reach the floor, you can put a book or a block underneath your head so you have the sensation of strengthening the spine, strengthening the neck. If you feel comfortable, maybe you feel lighter on your toes, and you can bring one knee or both knees onto the backs of the arms and hold here, right? And this could be enough for the day. Eventually, your legs feel lighter. Maybe one knee hovers, maybe the other knee hovers, maybe both knees hover off your arms to find your headstand. Coming back down, feet down, and you'll lift up halfway, holding opposite elbows, and you'll just release any sort of tension in your neck, shaking your head yes, shaking your head no. Then fingertips to the mat, lengthen the spine, and you'll walk your hands forward and fold over your right leg. Palms press into the mat, and you'll slide your right leg back to downward facing dog. From down dog, you'll bring your knees to the floor, and you'll interlace the fingers. Pressing your forearms down into the floor, you'll lift your knees up. So it's a down dog on your forearms. It's a variation of dolphin pose. You're welcome to stay here, walking your feet in a little closer, and pressing your chest back towards your thighs. As you press your chest back towards your thighs, you're opening up the shoulders, and this could be your work for today. If you feel pretty comfortable here, maybe one leg lifts, and you hold, inching your chest forward, hips forward, and you can switch sides. So other leg reaches up, and you bring your head forward. Maybe your head rests on the mat. Maybe one leg stays on the floor, or maybe both legs reach up towards the ceiling for your headstand, or you can do the same thing with your head off the mat for a forearm stand. Lower your legs down with control whenever you're ready, and you'll take a rest in child's pose. Returning to the breath. So if you haven't come up before, and this is very new for you, there's a little exercise that you can do to sort of check to see if you're ready. So if you're like, oh, that seems a little bit scary, this is what you do. You press your forearms into the mat, walk your feet in, and you lower your head down and lift your head up. So it's like a push-up for your shoulders, just to see if you're engaging your back muscles, engaging your shoulder muscles, right? And if you're able to do that, you can do the same thing with one leg lifted. And then you know, even if you lift your feet up off the floor, that you're using your arms, using your back muscles and your shoulders to push the floor away, so there isn't too much weight on your head. You can even start to lift your head up off the mat. Okay? So from here, we'll return to downward facing dog. Right? Slowly, slowly, we build strength, and then things that seem impossible seem difficult, and then those things that were difficult eventually become easy. So be patient with yourself, and love the journey. Wherever you're at today is perfect. From here, we'll walk the feet forward or hop the feet forward, lift halfway, and exhale to fold. Bend your knees, reach the arms up for chair pose, Utkatasana. Fold forward, nose to your knees. Once more, bend your knees, arms reach up for chair. And this time, you'll bend your elbows, feeling the heart open wide, nice and expansive through the chest. Standing on your left leg, draw your right knee into your chest, and maybe if this is a little bit too much, you can rest your toes on top of a block or on top of a chair for support. And from here, you'll look forward, out in front of you, sending your right leg back behind you, like you're flying, arms out, really expansive with the breath, expansive through the chest, expansive through the heart. And you'll land in a warrior one, arms reach up. Exhale to open, warrior two, arms wide. And find that sense of freedom through the arms as you reach back. And exhale into your side angle pose. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale. And exhale, finding your natural rhythm. Inhale, reach back. And exhale, letting your breath guide you. Open your chest. And from here, right hand comes down, lift your heel, reach the left arm up for a twist. Both hands come down, and you'll fold. Walk both hands over to the side of your mat. So you can definitely take your head down to the floor for another opportunity for headstand, with the palms pressing down. And if palms pressing down is easy, or you've practiced that many times, you have other options. So you can go arms straight with the backs of the hands pressing into the floor. As you press the backs of the hands down, maybe the feet lift. Or you can go hands touching shoulders, elbows pressing into the floor. And again, you can play with lifting your feet. So there's many ways you can practice your headstand. If you don't like to put your head on the floor, then you can actually practice handstand, which might seem more difficult, but it's the same strength. Some people actually find it easier, right? So no pressure on the neck. So palms press down, and you rock forward, lifting your heels, and you'll rock back. Again, rock forward, pushing the floor away, and rock back. Once more, push and rock back. And you can take a little flick of the toes, take a little hop through the feet. Hops become a little bigger, feel a little lighter, until maybe you catch some air time, engaging your hamstrings and pointing your toes. Right, but maybe that seems a little bit too much. Another option you can take is bending your elbows and shifting the weight forward so your knees balance on your elbows, and then weight shifts back. Round, push the floor away, shift the weight forward, and then come back. So again, rock forward, pushing the floor away, more weight in your hands, less weight in your feet until maybe the feet feel light. And from there, maybe your feet lift up off the floor. You can even squeeze your belly in, really push and start to straighten the elbows a little bit more, a little bit more. And when you're done, you'll bring feet down to the floor, hold opposite elbows, and just sway from side to side. Lift up halfway, and from here, you'll walk your hands forward and fold. Hands press down, and you'll slide your way back to downward facing dog. From downward dog, elbows down to the floor, and we'll set up for dolphin pose one more time. So last time we did hands clasped. You can stick with that version again if you'd like to try your headstand, or maybe this time palms flat, and you'll push and lift your knees up. Walk your feet in, pausing to press your chest back towards your thighs. Walk your feet in, and press your chest back. So maybe your work for today, if your shoulders are tight, is to stay here. Or again, one leg lifts up, and you can hold reaching your toes up, and the other leg reaches up. Reach up through the toes, maybe the bottom leg feels light, and you can reach both legs up. Again, pushing the floor away with your forearms, gripping with your fingers. When you're done, you simply come back to child's pose. Returning to the breath. From here, hands come down alongside your body, so you allow the shoulders to relax. Feel the shoulder blades sliding away from each other. So no tension in the back of your neck. Good, then hands come out in front of you. You'll return to downward facing dog. Then you'll walk your feet a little closer and take them wider than your hands. Lower your hips down so you're taking a squat. And you'll simply move your hips from side to side, getting any crackles out of there, getting comfortable in the body. From here, hands press down, and you'll lift your hips, and you'll rock back onto your feet. Push the floor away, weight in the arms, and then weight back. Weight in the arms, push, and weight back. So maybe you walk your feet closer, shift the weight forward into your crow pose once more. So you can balance knees on elbows. Another technique is to squeeze your legs around your arms like tweezers. So depending on where you feel stronger, this version might feel easier. So you can work on your crow pose once more. Otherwise, if you'd like to work on coming upside down in your inversion, you lift your butt, lower, maybe you take a little hop, clap your feet, and then land. Again, hop, clap your feet, and land. Hop, clap, clap, and land. And hop, clap, 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 and land. So again, catching a balance if you can, pushing the floor away, elbow straight, clap, clap, clap as many times. Maybe you hold your balance here, bringing heels together, toes together. And then when you're done, you'll just relax, letting your head move, your shoulders move from side to side, releasing any sort of tension there. And then butt comes down, and you'll bring your arms underneath your thighs. Again, you'll round, Reaching rib cage away from the thighs, stretching the back of your neck and your shoulder blades. And then you'll sit up, lengthen. Take your right arm around your legs, take your left hand back behind you, and take a twist. Inhale to feel longer through the spine. Exhale, turning your chest, your belly button to the side of the room. And we'll switch. So left arm wraps around, right hand comes back behind. Inhale, feel longer. And exhale, twist, looking over your shoulder. And you'll come back to center. Take your hands back behind you, hands and feet press into the floor, and you'll lift your hips up. Pushing the floor away, feeling strong arms, open shoulders. And you'll lower your hips down. And something that I like to do after an inversion practice is stretch open the shoulders. So I'll slide my legs out and turn my hands back, so fingers towards the wall behind me, and slowly start to crawl my fingers back a little further, and a little further, a little further, to open up the shoulders. So you only go to where you can still hold comfortably and breathe, right? Your mind should never go to, when can I exit this pose? You want to find that freedom and that sense of peacefulness even in these difficult postures. Okay, and then you'll come back up and you'll lie down on your back, bringing feet together, knees apart, closing the eyes. Once again, we'll take a Supta Baddha Konasana. One hand rests on the belly, one hand rests on the heart. As you inhale, feel your physical body expand in all directions. Imagine the bones in your rib cage, the bones in your pelvis moving away from each other to create more space. And as you exhale, feel your muscles softening. So no gripping in the hips, in the pelvic floor, no tension in the shoulders or the neck or the jaw. Just in a relaxed awareness as you breathe. You're welcome to stay here to rest, or bring your hands down to the mat, slide your legs out in front of you for your final resting pose. Again, letting your breath guide you. As your physical body relaxes, you'll feel your mind relax. Any sort of tension around your heart relaxes. Feel that sense of freedom as you rest completely at ease. Thank you so much for sharing your air practice with me today. I look forward to seeing you again on your mat. Namaste.